I've got a pretty good sized maple burl. It's about 12 by 12, stands about 10 inches tall. This is a growth that just sits up here. It looks like a huge potato. There's no way that I could turn it and salvage that. I think it would just get turned away. So what I've done is I took it to my band saw and I sliced that off so we can use that for a separate turning. So in the process of cutting it, it was cutting pretty good. It's not a brand new blade, but right at the end I ran into a nail that you couldn't see, and it's a big nail and it's completely grown around. I'm going to mark this again and just kind of cut a rough circle out of it. I'm not going to cut the nail because I can see it. I'll be back, we'll have it mounted up on the lathe, and we'll see what we can make out of it. Alright, I have it mounted on the worm screw. I've got it sort of round. This needs to be the bottom because this came that way. So, the blade didn't cut all that well. Right at the end, I got another surprise. Another nail right there. Oh boy, I sure hope there's none in here. In the process of doing that, I was just going to go in the house. But I wanted to get it mounted, make a couple of cuts. Maybe I was frustrated. I've made a stupid error. I think we can fix it. You watch and see if you can find what that error was. So I'm going to go ahead and start with a 5/8 bowl gouge, 600 RPM. I'm going to grab my face shield and we'll do a little bit of cutting, and then I'm going in. Because I got a real late start today. Well, we're getting there, and I'm finding some more cracks. I can get these corners easier if I take some of this and create a wall to cut away. I believe that's it for the day. Okay, it is the next morning. It's actually pretty early and we're in the low 40s again, so I have my heater going. I'm going to do some more shaping here and probably get rid of this little notch up here. See what kind of RPM we're running this morning. About 890, freshly sharpened 5/8 bowl gouge. Okay, I think I'll clean this bottom up. Okay, go ahead and put a tenon on here, I think. Get it flipped around. Switch to my 1/2 inch to do that. Alright, I think I'll do a little more blending here. I have it flipped around. This is the area where the wood kind of dipped down. I'm going to flatten this out here, see what's left. I may just come back and clean that up. I also made an attempt at fixing my goof up. You may not see it. I'm not sure. I'm not going to know until I get this turned down to the inside. If you don't see it, I'm still going to tell you what happened, because it was pretty stupid. Alright, let's get this flattened out and hollowed out. About 700 RPM, 5/8 bowl gouge. Alright, that's going to work. Time to hollow it out. Looks like I'm going to have a nasty crack here, and it comes out right there. It's a knot is what it is. We'll have to probably deal with that. That clicking sound you heard is my live center. When I put something in the hole to get the cone off, the metal is somewhat soft on this one, and it creates a burr and it clicks for a while. Okay, I'll stick the 1/2 inch gouge for a while. Try to get down here, see what's going on. I'm going to put some light on it. There's nothing really complex about the shape I'm doing, but the fact that I had that nasty crack down in the corner And a burl has grain going in all different directions, so it doesn't cut as smooth as you'd like. So I do have to sharpen up now and then, and I also have fear of hitting another nail. So far I haven't. Let's hope I get through this. Okay, I just resharpened my 5/8 bowl gouge. I'm going to try to get rid of most of this in the middle, then we'll come back over this side and do the same thing again. So as I was saying, this was really a slow process. I really need to speed this up or the video is going to really be long, and I don't think anyone wants to watch a 3-hour video. I did stop quite a bit to take some dimensions and to make sure that crack was going to stay together. So we just skipped a little bit here and there, but you get the general idea of what's going on. I think we might be pretty close to the wall thickness. And because of that crack, I'm going to leave it around a 1/2 inch. And see what we are down here. And more like 5/8. But that's where it's going to sit. So inside of that will be even less. We are getting close. So let's go ahead and patch this. And then we can clean it up. I did put some NCA in that crack first. Alright, I'm going to take a break, let that sit for 1/2 hour or so, and come back and we'll try to clean it up. And at that point, I think we just need to get rid of this and establish the depth. And it might be time for you to see my goof up. So I let those coffee grounds sit for about an hour. Came back, I went over it with my scraper, and there's a spot here and here. I went ahead and filled those again. So now I'm going to get this down to the right depth here. While that sets up, we'll scrape that, cut this away, and I think we'll have it. This is about 1/4 inch too thick right now. Okay, we're about ready to this. See my surprise. Why do I have a hole in the center of this? I really hate to admit this, but I took it over to my drill press to go ahead and make a flat spot and drill a hole for the worm screw. I had it upside down. It was pretty obvious the way it should have went, but that piece that was already on an angle was towards the back, and I just was looking at the grain and I drilled a hole in there. And that's maybe the hole's going to go all the way through, or maybe I've done something to try to save it. Now I get to find out if we did save it. So anyways, that was my big boo-boo. I drilled the wrong side of the board, and there was only one way this could have went, like I say, because of that big angle cut that was on the piece. You know, it doesn't look too bad, my little patch job. So I'm going to go over the last coffee ground patch here. And this corner right there, I got to do a little more blending with the negative rake scraper. And when I get that done, we'll just go ahead and get it sanded up. And that's not going to be real easy because this lighter colored wood seems to have a lot of tear out. Some of this will be fairly easy to sand. Some of it's not going to be easy at all. This lighter colored wood had a tendency to tear out in some areas. It's not real bad. I'm pretty sure I can sand it out, and I'm going to work at getting it all gone. So I have some here and I have some right there. I'll start with 80 grit with the lathe running forward at 380 RPM. I'll stop the lathe. I'll run it in reverse, sand the outside. I'm going to show you some of that, and I'll sand up to 400, and when I come back we'll get a finish on it. Well, that was a lot of sanding, and I am all wore out, but I am going to put a coat of shellac based sanding sealer on this. Oh my, it was worth it. Anyways, let's get some finish on this. Now, this is the light area. It didn't look like it had much character, but it actually does. That's a nice surprise. Wow. Okay, what do you think? That is so pretty. I'm going to go ahead and show you some sandy sealer going on the inside. I'm just going to do a little shaping on the tenon, just kind of round it over into here and lower it a little bit. 1/2 inch bowl gouge. This ended up a lot more work than I ever thought it would be, but I got it done. Finished 9 3/4 inches in diameter. It's 3 inches tall. The walls are about 3/8 of an inch, and the base is about 1/4 of an inch. I used 2 coats of Zinsser Seal Coat and 2 coats of Zinsser Shellac for the finish. I think it looks pretty nice. The burls in here are really, really nice. I know I kept talking about an area that was kind of plain looking. I didn't think would finish out very nice, but that was this right here. Once I got it sanded and got some finish on it, I think it's pretty cool looking. So this had plenty of flaws, natural flaws, such as this one right here. I guess I didn't think there was enough, because after cutting through 2 nails on my bandsaw that were in this piece, all I can say is I wasn't very happy, but I decided, well, let's take it over to the drill press, get a hole in it for a worm screw. I don't know if I was still frustrated about the nails, but I sat this down on the drill press. Oh, that looks perfect. Had an angled side on it that should have went this way. I had it upside down. I drilled a hole in the wrong place. I don't know. Now I'm frustrated again, but I thought, I'm finishing this. I'm not going to cut it up and make smaller pieces. So I took that piece that had a nail in it, and I sliced a piece off of it. I put it in a lathe, and I turned a 7/16 dowel with the Burl face going this way. Then, when I got to this point over here, I drilled a 7/16 hole, put glue on it, tapped it in place, and you know what? You can't even hardly see it. So that worked out pretty nice. And there's the bottom, and it went all the way through. Pretty hard to see there as well. So anyways, I'm really happy that I turned this, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like the video, do me a favor. Click that like button and feel free to leave a comment. Both of those things will really help my channel grow. I do lots of different types of turnings, and you never know what might be next. So be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. And a special thanks to all my current subscribers. You really mean a lot to me. So, till the next time, see you later.